Hi everybody, happy Friday night. Just come back from the hospital with Nana and I had to share our adventures for today because it has been unbelievable and inspiring and quite a lot of fun today considering what we're going through. Nana, actually, obviously, since she stopped the chemotherapy 3 or 4 weeks ago, has started growing hair again. So she's got quite a lot of hair again very, very quickly, which she's so keen on, so pleased. Because I think when you lose your hair and you have chemotherapy, it's sometimes quite difficult, especially as a woman to, feel feminine and feel like yourself. So um, she's been badgering us for weeks and weeks about having a haircut, and we're really reluctant to do it ourselves because it wouldn't be good enough. So what we discovered today at the hospital is there is a hairdresser at the hospital in Salisbury. So we decided to book her an appointment. So this afternoon we took her in a wheelchair up to the hairdressers in Salisbury Hospital. Now the hairdressers is way away from where her hospital bed is and her room in the hospital is. So we had to put her in a wheelchair and push her right the other side of the hospital to the very old part of the hospital, which is like going back to the 1950s. It's like a big, long, dark, cold corridor with all the big extraction pipes coming out the sides, just little doorways on either side. And it's up a big slope, so you have to push the wheelchair, because it's heavy, pushing the wheelchair right up this slope. And anyone who's had a baby in Salisbury Hospital will know the place well. But at the top of this big slope, you find your treasure. You find the hairdressers, and by golly, it is treasure, that place. So the first thing you see when you get to the hairdresser is not a hair salon, but it's a load of fruit. Boxes and boxes of fruit in no particular order and completely jumbled. And it's really hard to get a wheelchair in there because there's fruit and boxes everywhere. Then you walk into a card shop, and then you walk into a flower, sort of like a flower display. And then right at the back of this little shop and flowers and sort of wrapping paper and that kind of stuff, there is this hairdresser's with like 2 seats, and this man who just appeared over the top of all this chaos. This old man called Robert, who I've never met anyone like Robert. He is a one-off, really eccentric, really lovely, sparkly-eyed old man who looked like he's never left the place. It looks like he lives there. And he came out and he greeted us with a wonderful smile and, was so lovely and really attentive to Nana. And we sat there and Nana had her hair cut by Robert. And we got talking to him about, why he's there. I was like, Robert, what are you doing here? What is this? And he said, I love my job. Robert gets up at 4 a.m. every morning to get fresh flowers from the flower market for the hospital. And he's just one of the happiest, most content men I've ever met. He can't make any money because he was talking about how, money isn't important to him. And you can see he's one of the happiest people on earth. And it's such a lesson because he said to me, he's shared some insights with me, and he said that you only need one room and you only need the people you love around you. And that is the happiest place you can be. It's not about money. And he said there's so many people he meets who are chasing money and worried about how much money they've got. And actually, he's got it right. Money isn't the answer. It's being content and having something you love to do. He said, I love my job. And he's 78 years old. And the other thing is, what we found out afterwards is he's not only 78 years old and working this little tiny, box in the hospital, but he used to cut celebrities' hair. He's a celebrity hairdresser. So he used to cut Shirley Bassey's hair. So this guy, celebrity hairdresser to the stars, is living, working and living basically, because he works so many hours in Salisbury Hospital. He's been married 45 years to his wife, who also works there with him. So he works with his wife. He literally is, he's been a celebrity hairdresser to the stars, Shirley Bassey. And then he is the happiest man I've ever met. and he made Nana look and feel incredible. He spent ages on her hair. No hair was out of place. She looked like $1,000,000, and she walked out absolutely sparkling. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So I'm going to go there tomorrow and see if I can have a chat with him and see if I can get him on film, because people have got to know about him, because he is one of the most amazing, inspiring people I have ever met. So watch this space, people, because I'd love to get him on film and see if we can, get him interviewed or something, because people need to know about this guy. He's amazing. So thank you so much, Robert, the hairdresser from Salisbury Hospital. You made our day, and you have totally inspired me. So have a lovely evening, people, and keep finding these people. There are gems in every single person, and oh my goodness, I really found one today. So have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.